Aloha Awinala. I'm Kaue Lucas. This is Hawaii is My Mainland on Think Tech Hawaii. Today I just drove in from the North Shore where the 3rd annual North Shore Food Summit is happening. It's a 2-day event, and I'm just a shout out to Doug Coles of the North Shore Land Trust. He's done a fantastic job. Go to their website, the North Shore Land Trust. See the program tomorrow if you're moved, if you care about food security, food systems, or renewable energy, it's the place to be tomorrow. But today, I have the oldest, 2 members of the oldest environmental organization in Hawaii here as my guests. I have Mike McFarlane, our newly elected president, and Myles Richie, former intern who is now Vice President of Operations. And we have a lot of ground to cover today. But I just want to say that this is really dear to my heart because back in 1938 and 1939, my grandmother was president of the Outdoor Circle. I don't have those ambitions myself, but I'm so glad that you've stepped up to the plate. I am the nominating chairperson. Last year, the president of the last 2 years, Alexandra Avery got me into the Outdoor Circle when I saw the amazing things that the Outdoor Circle has done. Yeah, it's 103 years old, but really up into this very second, the Outdoor Circle is doing some important work in our community, like helping with establish the environmental court. Hawaii is only the 2nd state in the nation after Vermont to have an environmental court. So yay for us. Now, how did you get involved in this, Mike McFarlane?
Well, I'm a part of the Outdoor Circle because I'm a serial volunteer, first of all. I can't help myself. I'm always seem to be the one that can't stop raising his hand. But I as I get older, I sort of think about, what, where I should volunteer and what, where I can make a real difference. And I looked around Hawaii, and there's some great, strong environmental groups. I mean, everywhere. And if you look at the ocean, or if you look at invasive species or something, there's always several organizations that do that. But the Outdoor Circle, for me, was the single voice, the only voice for trees. I didn't see anybody else behind them. I didn't see anybody else that if we ever went away, there's not another organization to take that. So I looked upon that as very important and decided that would be a cause that I would jump on board and run with.
We are so lucky to have your enthusiasm and energy in our leadership role now. It's very exciting. You're just fresh off this is month 2 of your presidency. Can you explain, the Outdoor Circle has kind of a unique structure to it. Can you explain to people who aren't familiar with the Outdoor Circle? And again, the Outdoor Circle only exists in Hawaii.
Right. And that's a very good segue into what the Outdoor Circle is. We are a local organization. In other words, the issues that we handle and focus on are only in Hawaii. So although we care about all of the global things that that people are interested in, our focus is local and it's here. The structure is first of all, we're a statewide organization. We're part of our initiative this year is to grow our branches. So the way it works is there's a state organization, which I am the president of, and thank you for sitting on our board. And Myles also is involved in the in the state office. And the state office essentially exists to support the branches. And the branches are the people that get out there and do things. And we have some amazing branches. We have some just the people. We just got back from the Lanikai outdoor circle lunch, and to look around that room and see the energy and to listen to the things that that group has done is just amazing. And they're just one example of the great branches that we have. So we have a supporting group, which is us, and we cheer them on, we support them, we do everything we can, but the branches take on their specific their initiatives and their callings within their specific group. And so an example, the North Shore Outdoor Circle is very concerned with the signs up and down the street there, and if you go down that street, and it's a local, it's a sort of a really specific situation where they go into the businesses, they go into the people that are violating the rules, and very nicely remind them of the law, and they're not, that's one thing that I think is a misconception about our organization, is that we are not anti anything. We are not. We are a positive, feel-good group. And so when we see someone with a sign that doesn't meet the codes, we go in and we remind them about the law, and then we send them a thank you letter. And that's something that it's a good example of how we roll at the Outdoor Circle. All
right. And well, speaking of branches, evidently there's a new one sprouting right here in our urban core, well, almost urban core, Waikiki.
Yeah.
What happened? What's with that?
Well, the Outdoor Circle started with an issue. And everybody's probably familiar that they wanted to build billboards on Diamond Head, and our founders made sure that wasn't going to happen, sparing the history. We're finding the issues they're new modern issues are coming up in Waikiki, and we want a stronger voice in that area. There's the Ala Wai Canal Project that we'll talk about later.
You know what? Let's delve into that a little bit, and then go back. I think we can talk about that. Let's talk about how you found out about that, and a little bit about what the Outdoor Circle is going to do around that.
Well, first of all, it's a massive project. It's a watershed, flood control project, and to know everything is absolutely impossible. But how I found out about it is kind of funny. The person that's going to start the branch, his name's Brian Bagnall, fantastic guy. And he's an excitable guy. He says, he loses his hand a lot and talks a lot. And he says, they're going to build this wall along the Ala Wai Canal. And he's talking to me, and I said, a wall? And then I slow down, Brian. And so I said, we need to look into this a little more. And he had obviously read the paper. This man's amazing. He actually had read the 100-page
wow.
document and knew everything. But
and this is someone who's been in Hawaii how long?
Less than a year. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So we heard about the wall, and the wall is probably the biggest objection to the project.
Wow. Okay. Maybe we can we have a picture of a picture of where that wall would be? Beautiful. Okay.
So the yellow that you see in the picture is the wall, and if you don't, and Myles, the young college student, is the one who pointed this out, was that the little squiggly line by the 4 feet, that means an average of. So a lot of people are saying, oh, it's a 4-foot wall. It's really not. It's an average of 4 feet. Some places it's higher, some places it's lower, but the thing that I think that the viewing audience would be most, concerned about, or how it will change the appearance of Waikiki. And again, that's our
the view planes.
Yeah, the view planes. Yeah, we want to look into the distance and see things like the Ala Wai Canal and Diamond Head
and the paddlers.
Yes, and right now you drive down Ala Wai and you look to the right, and it feels like Hawaii. You got the boats, and it's just, so they build this wall, and you're going to look at the wall. You're going to see the wall, and I think if you look around Hawaii and you see walls this is over a mile of wall, you can probably guess that eventually it's going to have some artwork on it,
Good point.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we'll paint over it with a different color, and then all of a sudden it'll look like a freeway, and
Oh my. This is already decided, or is there a room for people to give input still?
It's not decided, no.
Okay.
And in fact, we encourage everybody to go to the website. Just if you punch into Google Ala Wai Canal Project, it'll come up. But they're taking comments, public comments, till November 9th, and that's the deadline. So you can write in, you can email. They made it very easy to do that. We went to a preliminary talk on the canal, and they were originally going to give us 4 days. And
wow.
Yeah, and it's not enough time to read a 100-page document. I still not through it, but it is. So that is something that is important for everybody, no matter what you really. And again, there's a whole lot of things, not just the wall. There's a pump station. There's several pump stations that are.
I think we had one more slide, if it's available, with the pump station on it. So the pump station happens. There we go. Next to that's the library.
Right, that's the library. And if you look at the scale of that, this is their drawing, and usually these drawings are made to be, as pleasing as possible. It's really hard to not notice how tall that building is. And we're not experts. We're not anti anything. We're just asking the question, does that need to be that high and in that place? And those are the questions that we would, some of us would have. But as you go, and this is just not a Waikiki issue. The project extends up into Manoa and Palolo Valley. It's the whole watershed there. So, and there's up the Manoa stream, people would be probably interested to know that there's a 60-foot concrete strip being poured in the middle of the stream with steel poles coming out of it to slow the water down, right?
Wow.
Not really thinking about that might be kind of ugly in a little few years with steel posts and things catching on it and all of that, but I'm sure it will work fine. And the one thing to be in, I think as an organization, we want to make sure that everybody knows that we're not against controlling the flood. We are encouraging them to look a little further into this.
Yeah, there's other ways to mitigate stormwater, and especially Manoa has been so heavily channelized over the decades. Maybe we could look at ways to reduce that channelization and find better ways to use that $173 million.
And speaking of the channels, I'm glad you brought that up. The thing to remember is that the stream that goes into Palolo has been it's a concrete canal. So there's no drainage. So of course it's going to move faster, and there's no mechanism for the water to escape that. So it certainly goes down. But these are the things we'd like them to look at, and there's things we can do that are a little different.
Okay, so we have until November 4th to do our homework.
November 9th.
November 9th. To do our homework, the alawaiproject.com.
Ala Wai Canal Project.
alawaicanalproject.com. Do your homework, and then we'll come back after a short break and talk more about what's happening in Waikiki, and then what's happening for the next generation of the Outdoor Circle.
Hi, I'm Jay Fidel. That's Ted Ralston. Ted is the host of Where the Road Leads. It shows every Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. It's about technology. It's about how people collaborating and solve problems with modern technology. It's where the road leads. We all know that. We should all be listening. Join us there, 4 to 5 p.m. every Friday. Now, what about that do you agree with?
All of it.
I knew he'd say that. Aloha. Say aloha.
Aloha.
Good.
Aloha, I'm Kirsten Baumgart-Turner, and I host Sustainable Hawaii every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. My guests offer insights on challenging economic and environmental issues facing our state and offer innovative solutions to increasing Hawaii's long-term sustainability. Recently, we've been focusing on sustainable land development, food, and energy security. If you have a project or issue you'd like to discuss on the show or would like to be a guest, please contact me at kirstenbturner@gmail.com and tune in live weekly or view the show at your convenience at thinktechhawaii.com. Mahalo.
Welcome back to Hawaii is My Mainland. I'm Kaui Lucas, and today I have Mike McFarlane and Myles Richie of the Outdoor Circle. Mike is our new president, and Myles is our vice president of operations. So we were talking about the Ala Wai Canal Project, but there's some other things happening in Waikiki for the Outdoor Circle. Can you talk about, this new branch? And, what if somebody wanted to join the branch, or what would somebody do, or how does that work, and how does a branch happen, Mike?
Well, again, our branches usually start, and our organizations started out of an issue. And the issues are, again, the Ala Wai Canal, which we've talked about, but there's others. And I think one of the biggest ones, it is a current issue, which definitely on our radar, is the Caldwell administration trying to save us money, trying to do the right thing, but their proposal is to take every street lamp on the island, not just in Waikiki. There happen to just be a lot of them in Waikiki, and we very much care what it looks like at night in Waikiki. And the LED light is that they want to install is the most powerful one on the market, and the concern is that it's going to radically change not only the appearance of everything you see. There's this garish blue light that you've got.
Blue light.
Yeah, it's blue. Yeah, it's not. Right now they're yellow,
ones.
right?
Yeah, or yellow pinks.
So they're going to sort of do that, but Myles and I and many others have sort of been talking. No research has been done on how it's going to affect the photosynthesis of the plants, of the trees,
Wow.
right? And
Wow.
it's very possible, and if you know anything about trees, they depend on darkness, or plants. There's light, but then the cycle is darkness, and it's very important so we're changing that radically. So that's sort of the concern there.
So that's my cell phone. Maybe Nick can go get it. All right.
That's Mayor Caldwell on the line, and
He's my former landlord. He has my number.
Good for him, Kurt. Listen to us, man. So anyway, yeah, there's that, and some good things are happening too. We just learned of a celebration by the Moana Surf Rider of the first exceptional tree on our registry, the very first one, the banyan in their courtyard. They're going to put this March. They're going to put together a celebration for this tree, and of course it's kind of our tree. We think it's our tree.
Wow, the first one?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So did they plant, do you happen to know, did they plant was the tree there and they built the hotel around it, or was the hotel?
It was once, and I'm going to butcher this, Kaiulani Estate.
Kaiulani, I know how,
Thank
yes.
you. I need the people with real serious Hawaiian roots to say those. But yeah, it was there. It was planted for that property, and they kept some of the trees when they built the hotel.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do I get to do a shout out for my
I
great-great-grandfather?
wish you would, yeah.
So George Lucas and his sons, who then took over the business of the Honolulu planing mill, built the Moana Hotel. So I'm glad to know that they built it around the tree and didn't go in and bulldoze the tree. All right, yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to further on that point, I went to our board and I said, people, I need some help. I need some help with some history on this hotel. And I get an email back from Cowie. Well, my great-great-grandfather did build it, so let's start there. And then just an outpouring of connections. And, you know, we have very deep roots in Hawaii. And so, you know, I'm hearing from all the people that have had connections with the tree, and it was amazing. So that'll be in March, and we're hoping to partner with them on that and be involved as much as possible.
You know, Mike, you bring up one of the wonderful things about being involved with the Outdoor Circle is that you meet these people with just generation roots. And yeah, I'm on the board, but I haven't actually been an active member for so long. So for me, it's been such a wonderful thing to go to the meetings and the events of the Outdoor Circle and get to talk to people who have these fabulous stories of Hawaii and being active, engaged citizens in the community. And it's just super fun. It's super fun.
Yeah. We're having fun at the Outdoor Circle.
You got to, because
Yeah.
when you're volunteering, like,
That's
otherwise, why do it?
You don't do it for the money.
Okay, so we have a new branch coming in Waikiki, and then you talked about the exceptional trees. Exceptional trees. How long? That's another baby of the Outdoor Circle, I believe. Myles, you're the expert in exceptional trees. Did the Outdoor Circle start that, or did somebody else?
Back in 1975, we helped the city and county and also the state pass some legislative bill that allowed for exceptional trees to be placed on a registry. And in doing so, it protects the trees much more so than any normal street tree, and essentially will allow them to be here for generations to come.
Okay, I think we have, so Myles started as an intern at the Outdoor Circle, and we have another, Renee made a video with Myles. I think we can, let's show that now and then explore the exceptional trees further.
My name's Myles Richie. I'm the current project manager at the Outdoor Circle. I graduated from the University of Hawaii at Manoa with a degree in environmental geography. The exceptional tree mapping project involves mapping every single exceptional tree throughout the state of Hawaii, along with potential nominees that we wish to add to the registry. So the exceptional tree program began with the Outdoor Circle's advocacy back in the mid-1970s, and truly started in 1975 when the Hawaii State Legislature passed forth the bill which allowed exceptional trees to be created. Now, what deems an exceptional tree can be either historic or cultural significance, and this is usually seen in age, rarity, location, size of the tree, the aesthetic quality, or the endemic status. And some of the major notable trees we've been coming across have been kapok trees, monkey pods, banyans, various species of palms, and mangoes, etc. So the exceptional tree map is the first of its kind in Hawaii, and it's very beneficial in terms of helping to locate, identify, and gather data for each exceptional tree. And this can be used to protect these trees for future generations to come, especially with all of the development that's currently going on throughout the state. So the mapping process involves ground truthing, which is essentially going to each tree physically and getting their geographic coordinates, height, circumference, diameter, condition, and a photo of the tree. So with all the data we've collected throughout the mapping process and ground truthing, we're going to use the National Tree Benefit Calculator provided by Casey Trees to obtain the economic and environmental benefits of each exceptional tree. These benefits include the financial savings and electric costs, property value increases, stormwater runoff intercepted, carbon removed from the atmosphere, and the amount of electricity saved each year. All of this data and information can be used to help show the public the vast benefits of exceptional trees, and trees in general. Aloha everyone. Behind me is the ear pod on the exceptional tree list located at Kamehameha Avenue and East Manoa Road. This tree is 60 feet tall, 23 feet in circumference, and annually provides numerous economic and environmental benefits. This tree alone can save an average homeowner of over $700 in savings each year, mainly provided from the shade it puts over the property. It also removes over 1,700 gallons of stormwater each year. On top of this, it can save the property over 800 kilowatt hours of electricity. And finally, it removes over 2,800 pounds of carbon from the atmosphere. If you're interested in knowing more about the exceptional properties of these trees throughout the state, please visit our exceptional tree map on the Outdoor Circle website. Thank you.
Very nice, Myles. So, wow, 2,800 pounds of carbon saved from one tree? How do you get a number like that?
So what we've done is by using the tree benefit calculator that was just shown from Casey Trees, which is a tree company based out of Washington, D.C., we've taken the circumference of the trees that we've gone out and mapped. And from that, you converted it to diameter, which you then input into the calculator along with the location of the tree and the species that it is. And then it gives you all the data that was put out. So the electrical savings each year, carbon sequestered, stormwater runoff, and homeowner benefits and financial savings by having a tree.
That stormwater runoff is certainly a very, very interesting number for us here in Hawaii. Maybe we should be planting more trees instead of channelizing streams.
It's one option.
It's one option. Okay, well, those are the sort of things that at the Outdoor Circle, those ideas that we like to toss around. So, so this Casey Trees operation in Washington, D.C., they know about our Hawaiian trees?
So it's a database that has more than just Hawaiian trees, but they are in there. So
wow.
we can utilize the data that they've accumulated to see how much carbon and everything that gets pulled out. We can utilize that for our map to help make it more interactive, informative for everybody here.
So if somebody has this tree in their yard and they want to know how much, what this tree is doing for them, how would they find that out? Is there some way for Mr. and Mrs. Lee and Kaimaki to find out how much their their mango tree is saving them?
Yeah, so if they are able to go and get the diameter of the tree, they can actually go and have that. And as I said, once they know the species, they just go to the website with the calculator, they punch in their zip code, they find the tree species, and then they input the diameter. And then you get to choose between a single resident, family, multi-resident, park, or industrial area. And that alters it slightly, the values that are output. And they can see exactly the benefits of the trees on the property.
Wow, that's pretty fabulous. Well, we're going to take a little break here and then be back and talk about what's next.
Aloha, my name is Justine Espiritu, and I co-host Hawaii Farmers Series with Matthew Johnson of Oahu Fresh. We talk about Hawaii's local farmers and their supporters. In order to have a vibrant and sustainable local food system, farmers are always the foundation, but there's so many other people involved in the community that help support those farmers. So we bring those folks onto our show every Thursday at 4 p.m. We get their backstory, their history, find out a little more about them, and we find out why they love what they do and their perspective and their advice on how we can continue to have a dynamic and vibrant and sustainable local food system. So we broadcast live every Thursday at 4 p.m. and you can also catch us on ThinkTech's YouTube channel as well as Alelo 54. So we hope you tune in and join us. Thank you.
Google it. Don't say that.
So we're back on Hawaii is My Mainland. I'm Kaui Lucas, and I'm here with the president of the Outdoor Circle, Mike McFarlane, and I'm here also with Myles Richie, and he was just telling us about the tree calculator. So could you tell us where, if somebody wants to know to calculate the benefit of their tree,
right,
where they can look that up?
Sure. So anybody who's interested can just go to Google or any search engine and either type in KC Trees, CASEY, and then trees, or they can type in National Tree Benefit Calculator, and then it'll come up, and then you can go there and find out the benefits of the trees on your property, regardless of if they're exceptional or not.
And Mike, you were talking about how important trees are.
Yeah, I think, you know, the value of the trees is something that we all talk about all the time at the Outdoor Circle, you know, and it's not just the you know, how much that tree is worth in dollars and cents and all those great savings, but the one thing that people don't necessarily realize is that in Hawaii, it's our economy. And I mean, it literally equates to, if Hawaii was here with no trees, it would look like the moon. You know, so if you really could think about that, wow, it is so pervasive and interconnected into our economy, and so the tree calculator is great, but I think in Hawaii we need to tack on a little bit more because it's our lifeblood.
You know, I never thought about it that way, but I'm remembering on last week's show we showed, and I posted it on the Outdoor Circle website too, that that NASA thing that showed over the how important, yeah, the growing cycle of trees is in reducing carbon emissions just across the globe. That was like the one biggest thing in reducing carbon emission was the growth cycle of trees, which we have all year round. So what sure, will we do? There's another sprout happening in the Outdoor Circle tree. Myles, can you tell us about that?
Right, so we're in the process of rolling out our new next generation branch, which is geared towards a new demographic that we typically haven't had in recent years. We're trying to obtain younger people who would like to go and have a more hands-on approach. The Outdoor Circle's done fantastic things throughout its whole history, but we want to start putting more trees in the ground, and we want to start doing more park cleanups. We want to do these things that can really make a huge impact and get our hands dirty in the process. And on top of this, of our own projects we want to do, we want to go and help all the branches themselves, so everything they want to accomplish can be that much more successful and beneficial for Hawaii.
So wait, if you're going to go out and help the branches, who's the we that's going to go help the branches?
So all the members of the branch itself, the next generation branch.
Ah, the next generation branch.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to have a whole new next generation branch. Okay, and it's not going to be place-based. It's going to be.
Yes.
That's correct. Yeah, there's no geographic center for the branch itself, unlike all the other branches in the organization. It's going to be social media focused, where we can get information out instantaneously, and from that, you know, just get things done quick. And one thing we want to do is eliminate typical board meetings where you have to wait for the next month before, yes, anything can really be done. We just want to, if you want to send out a Facebook post, which is what we're predominantly going to use, we're going to use Twitter and Instagram as well. But to get information out, if we want, if a hot topic issue comes up, we can send it to our branch members and they can act immediately. And it's just the instantaneousness of it and kind of the way things are going in society with technology that, it seems like a right thing to do.
So do you have any specific projects yet?
We just started this, and we're looking at potentially getting some members to go out for the Manoa library cleanup we're preparing for the Manoa branch, help them out with that. On top of that, we would love to start doing park cleanups and other things of that nature. But it is very early on. We want to first get all the members involved and then ask their opinions, see what's important to them, and then go from there.
So Myles, if somebody wants to join this new branch, the more project-based, real hands-on, how are they going to find out when your next call to action is?
So they can go on our Facebook page. So all you do is go to the Facebook search engine and just go to the Outdoor Circle, and then it's Next Generation Branch. And on there, we'll have all our information about future events. They can join, and then they can also personal inbox or anything like that, or post on the page any potential projects they're interested in, and they can spread the word that way.
So is this going to be on the general Outdoor Circle?
No, it's its own page itself.
It's its own page.
Yes.
Okay, that's important. Okay. Yeah, some of the branches have their own pages too. That can be confusing if you're looking around on Facebook, but like them all. They're all good.
Yeah. Outdoor Circle, just like it.
One of the other things that you are going to bring to the Next Generation branch is going to bring is perhaps a new perspective. Is that?
Yeah, it's with all the hot topic issues going on today, it's nice to get a different side and a different take and a way to tackle these problems. By incorporating that with the methods and people already in place with the organization, I think we can really attempt to make things better, and it just gives a different, as you said, perspective. We want to create almost a think tank of ideas.
Very cool.
Yeah, and bring different people who would not normally interact together in one spot, and through bouncing ideas off each other, come up with some innovative ideas.
Community building at its very best. So Mike, you have these new sprouts under your canopy of all the branches here, and headed out just out of the starting gates of your presidency. So what are the things that you're most excited about looking towards the future here?
Well, I'm in charge of watering the tree. More leaves, more sprouts,
Well, you're doing amazing already. We got 2 sprouts in the first month.
Well, we'd like to expand, and I think like any organization, we need members. We need, we're in Waikiki. We're looking for board members to join us, and for us, it's just, I think we need to do a better job of telling people what we're doing, because it's so important. But we just go about and do it, and that's for 103 years. We just had our head down, and we're just doing this. Yeah. And I think my calling is a little bit of just getting it out to to people that have not heard of the Outdoor Circle that maybe might want to support us.
Support is an important aspect.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we are a nonprofit.
Yeah.
So if you don't like digging holes or planting trees, there's writing checks, right? Yeah.
Writing checks is not hard. It's you don't sweat.
But we have some other kinds of events that we can maybe just hint at. Yeah.
These are things that are top secret. You're getting exclusive, never been, announced before. But the Outdoor Circle is going to have a concert series.
Excellent.
And the names that are going to be on it are going to be amazing. I can't say anything about that, but it's sort of part of our rebirth, And we want to bring people in that are Myles' age, and and really sort of look at all of Hawaii instead of the people writing the checks. We want the people, But the thing is we need to sort of do this concert series in a way that is special and unique to us, and we're very excited about it. And I will definitely come back on your show and tell you all about it when I have all the information.
I'm going to hold you to that one. And one of the things that I thought was really innovative and speaks to the need for the central branch to do fundraisers instead of, in the next gen branch, Myles, will starving 20-somethings who still owe so much money from their college have to fork over their money to join?
No, so what we're looking at doing, in my opinion, it's a pretty great idea, is we have two options. So should new members for the next generation brands want to pay that $25, they can do that. Or to not limit anybody due to economic reasons, they can volunteer 10 hours of their time. Once that 10 hours is complete, they're checked off, they're an official member, and that's all they have to do every year, just 10 hours of volunteer service at our various projects that we're going to be doing. And it allows them to join without having any restrictions.
So is there an age limit to that?
There is no age limit. We're open to everybody, but we're just anybody who wants to try and make a difference and keep Hawaii clean, green, and beautiful.
How can you not love an organization that is that inclusive? Okay, I know, I'm tooting our own horn here, but really, 103 years and still on the cutting edge of citizen advocacy and of fighting for the environment. I didn't know until I came on the board that the Outdoor Circle has birthed other organizations like the Nature Conservancy as well?
No, we started the Nature Center.
The Nature Center in Niuan, in Manoa.
Yeah, and I learned stuff. Again, we don't talk about ourselves much, and as president, I get a lot more information. We were just at the Lanikai branch, and Josh from the city and county did a great presentation on the Outdoor Circle, and I didn't realize that we were the first staff at Foster's Gardens. They had no staff, and the Outdoor Circle came in and they showed these these regal, beautiful ladies from back in the day, and they ran it for free. They came in and said, "You need staff," but what was interesting about the article was that they didn't just sit there behind the booth. They made sure everybody knew their trees, and you could not work there. Kind of like us, but you couldn't work there, you couldn't help, and this is our genesis and our people before us, unless you knew the trees, and they tested you. You went out, you had to know something about the trees to work there. So it was fascinating stuff.
I have to say, I'm not the world's best test taker, but when I was in 8th grade at Punahou, we had a campus project where we had to go and learn all the trees on campus, and there are over 100 of them. That was the one test I remember getting 100% on.
Yes.
And it's such a good feeling to this day to walk on campus there and go, that's a tamarin, and that's a pink Tacoma. And I don't know, there's just something about, you feel more connected with your environment, with your neighborhood when you, what happened to you, Myles? In your tree mapping project, did you feel like that was?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Now, starting out, I had to do the learning process of learning all the trees before going out and mapping them and everything like that. And now it's, I'm walking down the street, I'm like, oh, I know that. And then when I'm with people, same thing. It's like, oh, what is that? So it's pretty cool how you can inform everybody at the same time, and just knowing those is great.
Oh, thank you both for coming
Well,
downtown.
thank you for having us on your show.
Thank you.
And I hope this won't be the last time.
Yeah, we hope so too.